Hello guys, my name is Clermont. Okay, so last week, last episode, we did this farm. Though I did make some changes. A lot of changes. Like at first, okay, so like I said, by using the gold here as the way to push the items, then that meant that when it ran out of gold or I turned off the clock, almost. Oh, what's happening? I don't have sounds. So when I turned off the clock, like let's say I turn it off here, then the farm would lose a block. So I added this module of redstone. So what this does is basically all the redstone. So let's showcase it. So let's turn off this. Okay, as you can see, there is now a mobs are so annoying. Okay, there are now like this dropper. So what does this dropper do? So let's see. We have a hopper minecart, we have redstone, and we have a hopper clock. Okay, so like I said before, when I left this turned off, then the items would get lost. But now what happens is this, like items fall and then they get absorbed. As you can see, they get absorbed by this hopper minecart. So eventually all will get absorbed, I think. You can see, yeah, all of the items get absorbed, and then when I turn off the clock, then it will again dispense all those items that were there into here. So now we don't lose items when it runs out of gold or when I turn off the clock. So yeah, I added that. So yeah, let's continue with the rest of the video, because today I think I'm going to work on getting the I'm going to put shulker unloaders in the mangrove tree farm. Well, yeah, let's go do that. So there are things that I don't know if I have shown. We worked on the mangrove farm like I said I would do last episode. So as you guys saw, I added this. So as you guys saw last time, I added this part to hook the shulker loader, but as you can see, I have already run out of shulkers of bone blocks. So here, this is for the mangrove propagule farm, and this is for the mangrove farm. As you can see, I only left with so little. So that means I have been working, and I made this. So this is a shulker loader. I basically designed it using the logic that I have already done. This is basically like this design. So this design, as you can see, it gets the signal, but as you can see, that dispenser is like in the left. Now the difference with this design is that the dispenser is down. So as you can see, this is a dispenser, TF3. So dispenser and dropper. Okay, so the dispenser is down, so this guy detects when it goes to 15, and this guy sends a signal, redstone signal here. This guy updates the piston, so the piston breaks this, and then two observers, so a delay of 2 ticks, they should activate this. But I think it doesn't work that way. This basically sends two redstone signals, like when it goes from 15 to 0, no, to 15 to 14, and it's to wait, from 14 to 15 and to 15 to 14. So then when it this guy goes down, it activates. I think it's in the second update that this guy dispenses, but I'm not sure. Maybe someone that knows more can correct me. And okay, so I have this dropper instead because since I want to load the droppers with shulkers, then I used this. So I'm using 3 hoppers, which I don't like. So I need 3 hoppers to load one of these. So this is full of shulkers, and then when this is full, it will send an update. But this is overkill. Like I have 4 for mangrove. 1, 2, 3, and 4 for mangrove. And I have 2 for mangrove roots, 2 for mangrove propagules, and 1 for moss carpet. But as you can see, the moss carpet hasn't even broken 1 shulker, if I am not mistaken. Yeah. So the second mangrove propagule hasn't worked, and this has a lot more because basically the excess that I got from the mangrove propagule farm, I put them in this shulker. So don't think that I got so many mangrove propagules, because I didn't. And then the mangrove roots, that this is natural, so this is from the farm that I ran overnight. And I also got a lot of this, but I have already used some of them. So I basically took, well, I took 27 stacks and I put 25 in here. The bone meal farm, oh damn it, I didn't turn it off. So annoying. I forget to turn it off, and as you can see, it has broken. Okay, but yeah, the point is that I put the shulkers here, so that I have a chest. I want to have a full chest here, and I will need like a full chest here, but I already ran out of shulker shells. So I have to make a shulker loader here. So, but it will have to, no, a chunk loader. Because I need it to work 24/7. Or at least enough, so I need to make like a portal based chunk loader. So I would just put like a portal here. Basically the same that I have in the iron farm, but have it there. And also the cactus farm has been working so well. Look at all the cactus that I have. So the reason why the cactus farm has worked so well is because now random ticks count even when the chunks are loaded. So before this wouldn't work, but now it works even when I'm not arrived. Like the cactus does grow. So that's why I have so many cactus. And another thing that I did, oh yeah, I have been getting the items here into shulkers. So as you can see, I am loading these. What? This isn't supposed to have. I think. Let's see how many. Oh. Oh yeah, I think. No, I can't. Yeah, it isn't a full shulker. Okay. So at first I made a mistake and I used dispenser here. Okay, so another thing that I did was make this shulker crafter. So I basically put, I didn't make it like wood and then planks and then what's the name? And then shulkers, you know, but I put like the shulker chest here and the chests here. I crafted them manually. So this is basically the same crafter that I have used many times. And I also extended this a little bit, like now you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So I extended it here and here and here because I was losing some mangrove logs in roots that were falling like in here, but it still happens. So I would have to extend it even more, but I really can't. At least with the space that I currently have, I can't. Maybe if I get this up so that I can include this, but yeah. So some residue is still falling like here. So yeah, it isn't perfect. What else? Yeah, so let's fix this moss farm again. Okay, so yeah, we have fixed it. So as you can see, that's the advantage of having the lava farm here. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this farm, this is a wheat farm. It's so simple to make this wheat farm. Let's make it... Oh, maybe I mentioned it in another video, and if I have, then I will cut it here. Let's see. Let's get to a safe place. Okay. Well, this is basically unnecessary now. Well, not necessarily. Let's turn off noise. Okay, so before the update that random tips now count every time the chunk is loaded, then we had no way of having like a fully AFK farm that worked 24/7. So that's why I thought, maybe we can, because we have bone meal farms and we also have villagers. And villagers can, and dispensers can grow the wheat with bone meal. So I basically designed, I made like 3 designs. Like at first it was like a place with a lot of villagers and had like wheat and alleys. So the alleys were the ones that picked the wheat and the seeds. But then I focused on something like this. So just cell where a villager is, and he is sitting on farmland. Their inventory is full of seeds. So if you guys want to copy this design, it's really simple. Like you only need a villager, a dispenser, wheat. Then you can have water, or I use a waterlogged mangrove root, and then a hopper underneath. So they will basically just break the wheat, and their inventory has to be full of seeds. Also try to have like the composter away from them, so not in front of them, because they will try to turn the seeds into bone meal. So yeah, this guy has seeds all over his inventory, so that he doesn't pick any wheat, so he can never pick wheat. And you just have a clock, a way to give them bone meal. It could be a bone meal farm, or you can give them a chest with a lot of bone meal, and they will work 24/7. Well, 24/7 is an exaggeration, because they don't plant wheat all the time. They only plant wheat when it's the day, and they will do it really fast. Like in this moment they aren't doing anything, as you can see. So they are just wasting my time. Let's turn off the farm, because else it will break. So that we can sleep. Let's see. Because this farm is so laggy. I also want to chunk load this farm, so that I am getting bone meal 24/7. But I think that, yeah. Let's sleep. So villagers have a sleeps and a schedule, so they don't work 24/7. So of course we won't get wheat 24/7, but when they can work, then they will be able to give wheat really fast. So let's see. They're still not working. Let's wait until they work. Also, I didn't mention that. So it's important. So I think there are some farms, villager farms, where they make it so that villagers have a clean inventory all the time. So basically the way that villagers breed, like I had this. So I had wheat in, well, no, I had carrots, so they would basically give carrots. But this one, the villagers would roam up around freely. The problem with that is that this villager will try to throw carrots to the babies. So all villagers here will eventually have carrots, or at least in one or multiple spots of their inventory. Now that's a problem with these kind of farms, because villagers they basically have like 7 inventory spaces. If the guy had carrots in his inventory, then he wouldn't necessarily plant wheat. Maybe he will plant carrots sometimes. I don't know how it works exactly. Oh, now you can see he's now breaking. So he breaks and collects. I don't know if this is faster or if it's better to have like multiple, like the villager being able to break multiple farmland. Because I don't know what's faster, like if he plants or breaks. Okay, so basically, if he doesn't have an empty inventory, then he will sometimes plant carrots. So that's why some villager breeders make sure that villagers never have items. Now, how did I work with my villagers? Since they had carrots in their inventory, so I basically got them in this in this place. That's why you can see the rails. So what you can do is turn them into zombie villagers. When villagers turn into zombie villagers, all the items they have in their inventory gets lost. So that's what I did. I turned the villagers into zombie villagers, so I made sure that they have a clean inventory, and then I filled them with seeds. I got them like 8 or 7 stacks, and now you can see the width. So I have this way. So basically it goes like this. It goes to this bubble column, and then the seeds and the width will go here. So it goes to the water, it goes to the water, then it goes up here. Then remember that I had these crafters for bone meal. Now I have a crafter for wheat. Now why don't the excess bone meal fall in their in the hoppers? Let's see. I should be working. So this farm has a disadvantage. So basically I'm using the same water stream to throw the items. So as you can see, the seeds go from here. So if the seeds go here, then they could theoretically be picked by these hoppers. But I make sure to fill them with bone meal. So yeah, you can see there's a seed here. And it shouldn't. So yeah, as you can see, some of these have, because they are running 20%. The idea is that if this is always on, then it will never have a chance of pick or wits or seeds. But it really doesn't matter. Like if it throws the seed, then it will fall here, and then it will get into this and then return to the water. So it really doesn't matter. But yeah, basically here passes bone blocks, seeds, wheat, and hay bales. But since the hoppers should be filled with bone meal, then they should never get the items unless basically if I get this part turned on, then there is a chance that this will get consumed, the bone meal here. So then when I turn on this farm, then there will be some inventories that are not full with bone meal. So yeah, it will pick seeds or bone blocks or whatever. So I have to make sure that to have these villagers and always the bone meal farm on, or else the items will fall in these guys, as you can see here. Okay, so basically all the excess will go here in the water column, then it will be here to align, and these two so that they stack together, and then all the excess that doesn't get picked up gets burnt in lava. So I have a shulker loader. This was, like I said, it was overkill, so now I'm using this one to pick the hay bales. But as you can see, this one isn't working, so I never get enough so that 2 hoppers get full. So I did that because I needed to get a lot of target blocks. So I had like 2 hay two chokers of Havel. I think the Havels are here. Everything is a mess. And yeah, you can see 1.6 stacks Havel, and I think there should be, yeah, another choker. And I have, if I'm not wrong, I have another choker. Okay, but because I need target box for my storage system, so everything I'm doing in this moment is for my storage system. It shouldn't be a surprise that I have been working on getting wood, on getting quartz, so that's why I'm using the, I made the appealing bartering. So I think another project that I want to do is the gravity block tubers, so that I get concrete, because I also need a lot of concrete for this build. Oh, tell me I didn't leave the bone meal farm on. Yeah. Ah, it broke again. Another thing that can happen with this farm, but I have never seen it happen. So basically, when I am fixing it, then I'm getting, well, that's the point, I'm getting a cobblestone. It's possible that I will eventually get so much cobblestone that it won't be able to produce what's the name, a bone meal, because the hoppers will be trying to throw cobblestone in the composters. But it has never happened. Like, I'm always paranoid that it will happen, so I try to prevent it, but I haven't seen it happen, so maybe I'm worrying about nothing. So yeah, that's why sometimes I build chunk loaders. I was confused chunk with shulker. I build chunk loaders to prevent the farm from breaking, especially these ones that are really easy to break if you don't unload it properly. So I will build the chunk loader for the shulker farm and for the bone meal farm, but I think I need several of them for the bone meal farm. It's annoying. The problem, which is the reason that I have procrastinated on the shulker farm, is that I need a lot of sand. Okay, let's explain. Okay, so one disadvantage of shulker farms is that they throw shulker bullets. Now, when you chunk load them, let's say I chunk load it here, but the chunk, let's say it loads like this. These are entity processing, so I load this chunk, so these two will be entity processing. And shulker bullets can go outside of this. So if it goes outside of this, then it won't activate until I get to the area. That means the shulker bullets will accumulate outside of the farm, and it will accumulate, and that means there will be more entities for the game to process, which means more lag. So I would need to have like 8 blocks. Like I need like a cube around this farm. So I need to get like 8 blocks around, 8 blocks here, 8 blocks here, 8 blocks here, and 8 blocks here, 8 blocks here, and then surround it all. Which needs a lot of glass, because I'm going to use glass. So yeah. And another problem is that this farm gives too many shulkers. There are like 70 shulkers here, so this whole area is, what's the name? This farm will basically work as a mob switch. because of all the amount of shulkers that... Oh no! What are you doing? Attacking my villagers. They aren't attacking you. You are responsible. I also need to make a super smelter. Oh! So my flint and steel broke here, and I missed the TNT. Hmm. Damn it. Okay, we have a lot of sand now. Now this should be enough for the... what's the name? For the shulker. Okay, I will cook 4 shulkers. Also, I have to get... I don't know... where is my... what? Camel? Oh, tell me he didn't enter the portal. Oh no, he's here. So this is my camel. I thought I had it in the nethers, but no. I haven't been able to expand this portal, which is what I need. Oh, I know what to do. So I will expand this portal. Okay, let's take the chokers. So I got a choker of TNT. I crafted a choker of TNT and got so many. Okay, let's put everything. The problem is I don't know how tall this guy is. But now I have the piglin bartering, so I have a lot of obsidian. Wow, so yeah. So we finally encased the shulker farm in glass. Whee! I can't get out. So I shulker loaded this. Shulker loaded? No, chunk loaded. So we chunk loaded the shulker farm. And look, we got 4 of these guys. Oh, yeah, 4. And what else? So I changed how this farm turns on, so now instead of going up, I just press deliver. So basically it's a scaffolding with an observer. The observer sees the, the, the scaffolding change and then turns on copper bulb, which then turns off this or off. Yeah. We also shulker loaded this guy, and it's extremely laggy. Oh! Oof! Wow. That's it. Okay. So okay, we shulker loaded these guys. So we basically get the signal from this lever. So it sends the signal down. Then I activate copper bulbs. And then I have the chunk loaders. So I only needed 2. I thought I was going to need like 4, but as you can see. So if I chunk load this chunk, then it loads from entity processing, because that's the point. I will load this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So yeah, you can see that I load everything that I need. And also the lava used to be here outside of the choke. The chunk. Oh, I fell down. I can fly. Here. Okay, this lava used to be outside, so like here. So I had to move it here so that this would be loaded. Because if I did that, then the entities would accumulate here. And then it will cause lag. And okay, so yeah. So as you guys see, this guy loads here and here. Now I have this chunk, and here is where the other chunk loader is. So as you can see, it's here. So this guy loads here, here, and here, and here. So everything is loaded from the farm, which is what we wanted, of course. So now I only pull this lever and it works automatically. And as you can see, I have been letting the lag affect my life. Ugh. And now we can get bone meal and wheat passively. But this farm is too laggy. Like, I can feel the lag everywhere. But yeah, look at my FPS. So it doesn't even pass 30 FPS. So, well, in this moment I have loaded the shulker farm, I have loaded this farm, I have loaded the iron farm, and I have a chunk loaded from the super smelter, but I will unload it because I don't need it anymore. I don't need this anymore. So we still have a lot of sand. It's melting, but yeah, I run out. Oh. Basically use the 3 shulkers of glass. And even more. I think this is like 5 shulkers of glass. Wow. Okay, so yeah. This is good. In the end, the nether. It's looking like this. So this is a shulker farm. This is the iron farm. And the, what's the name? Bone meal farm. You can see the chest. So like I already said, this is working like off switch as well. For the overworld, of course. If I go to the gold farm, mobs will still spawn here. Because the mob caps depend on... what's the name? Mob caps depend of dimensions. So yeah, I can AFK at the farm and at the same time get bone meal and shulker shells. I also brought the gold that I had here. I have like 3 shulkers and I think 1 isn't full. But yeah, so we can AFK here for a while. Which I think I will do. I'm going to see some YouTube videos and then AFK here to see how bad the lag is. Well, I have 30 FPS, so it's not that bad, right? 33, 25. Oh, I'm almost 40. Apparently combining all these farms isn't as bad as I thought. Oh, wait. Damn it. Damn it. So, the problem with these decorated pots is that you can break them by flying. So since you can break them by flying, sometimes I fly and break the pot. Nice. Okay, so I will leave K here for a while. Okay, I think that's enough for today. So thanks for watching. Bye.